Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's Ryan from Nights Around the Table. Christmas is over. Did you survive? I survived. Barely. Surviving on these things. After the 50th bonbon, kind of lose your taste for them. Since it was such a busy season, it's hard to make the meticulously edited board game video that I usually do for you. So, my wife Cheryl suggested I make a low effort video, which this is, and ask, hey, what board games did you get for Christmas? Or to my Jewish viewers, hey, what 8 board games did you get for Hanukkah? Because I got the menorah. 4 games. Game number 1 would have been 5. I'll tell you about the 5th in a sec. Game number 1. We got Lorenzo. Lorenzo il Magnifico, which is about Lorenzo de' Medici, a famous patron of the arts in the Italian Renaissance. Unfortunately, it's illustrated by the supremely untalented Clemens Franz, who stinks, but I think, I heard the game was great anyway. I think all through playing it, I'll just do that the whole time, and then maybe the game will be slightly more bearable. I know nothing about the game except what people told me. My friend Jay says it's fantastic and you gotta play. I was supposed to play before Christmas. Jay got sick. Whatever, I got the game now, so who needs Jay? No, just kidding, Jay, I love you. Lorenzo il Magnifico. Game number 1. And hey, what board games did you get for Christmas? Or to my viewers who celebrate Kwanzaa, hey, I don't really know anything about Kwanzaa. Game number 2. Most of these games came from Cheryl, by the way, my wife Cheryl. I showed her Paula Deming's video that she put out just before Christmas, where her character's opening up boxes and hoping and praying that they're board games, and she gets so excited when every present that she opens towards the end is a board game. So that was kind of like big flashing hints that I like board games. But this one is not from Cheryl. This one is Cities Knights of Catan, correctly pronounced Catan, but I was a C-section baby. So I actually requested this one from the Catan people because, as you may know, I did a how to play Catan video, which got a lot of traction and people seemed to enjoy it, and it seemed to help them play the game. And then a couple of people were saying, well, you should do one on Cities and Knights because, gosh, that's a complicated game. It's probably the most complicated board game out there. And I thought, oh, bless your sweetheart. But I remember thinking that when I got this game too. I will gladly do a how to play version, and I thank the Catan people very kindly for sending that to me before Christmas. On my naughty list, Stronghold games. I backed Terraforming Mars, Turmoil, and all the widgets and doodads back in January or February, and they fulfilled the Kickstarter orders for the entire planet, except my country in Canada. So that would be like Santa Claus visiting every single house except for the most deserving boy in the world. Pretty raw deal, Santa / Stronghold games. So I'm holding you accountable in this video. Sucks that that did not come before Christmas, but what'll I do? I'll just play the games that I'm drowning in until that arrives. Game number 3, I can't remember what we're on now. This is Scythe, The Rise of Fenris. Scythe, decent game. Not my favorite game, but I really appreciate all the effort and the love and the care and the artistry that went into it. As you know, I like well-produced games. I like pretty games. Scythe is both of those, and it also happens to be an extremely collectible game, and I'm the kind of guy who likes to collect things. So Scythe had a bunch of Kickstarters. I missed them all, so there's all kinds of little Kickstarter promo packs and upgrades and things that you can buy from Meeple Source and all sorts of different people. So I went collecting, and I've got a few of the Kickstarter promo packs, and I've got the metal coins now, and I've got a couple of the extra cards, and completely useless combat dials, which came in a pack. Anyway, I don't feel like I deserve this yet or need this yet because I still don't have the Scythe modular board, and I still don't have the Wind Gambit, which was the second expansion they came out with. This is the third expansion they came out with, which turns the game into a campaign, so you can play Scythe across sessions, and the story builds and builds and builds, and you play like a season of Scythe, which sounded pretty interesting to me. It's not a legacy game. I think the difference, we were talking about in the Discord, there's a Discord invite link if you want to come and have these arguments with us about what constitutes a legacy game and what is a campaign game. And I think what we arrived at was a legacy game involves some sort of permanent change to the game. You're burning stuff, you're scratching things out with markers, you're throwing components into the ocean. This doesn't have any of that. Nothing gets destroyed. Everything's intact when you're done. So it's a campaign game. Enough of Scythe. Next, the final game. And it's a doozy. People who are looking at the complexity level of Cities and Ice and Catan, pay attention. The final game that I got for Christmas, 2019. Food Chain Magnet. What the heck is that, right? Maybe you've heard of this, maybe you haven't. If you're sort of running board game circles, of course you've heard of this. If you don't, you don't, so you think, oh, what's Food Chain Magnet all about? I think I'll turn the box around and say, yeah, oh my God. This is kind of like, you know, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. That's the kind of idea. If you have to ask what this is, it's not for you. This is by a company called Splotter. A European company that makes very, very heavy strategy games, and they're known for it. They had trouble selling their games through to toy and game stores for normies. Nobody really wanted to buy them, but there is a hardcore fan base that likes their games complicated and heavy and long and drawn out and lots of interesting decisions, not a whole lot of luck. They even advertise, you see on the front, 100% dice free. So there's a group of board gamers I think I've mentioned to you that really don't like luck in their games, and Splotter's all about that. They're all about heavy strategy and tactics. So, Food Chain Magnet, you play the owner of a food chain, and you are filling orders and putting up billboards and advertising and adjusting the rates of pay for your fast food employees and trying to corner the market on things and trying to edge out your competition in the neighborhood so that they don't make burgers like you make burgers. Super fun. Sounds great. I don't know if I will ever find somebody to play it with me. And the components, I mean, to go from Scythe to this, it's night and day. The components here are very, very sparely designed. They're kind of drab, you might say, compared to something like Scythe. But hey, you know, it's life. You have to dabble in a bunch of different things, and you got to expand your horizons. So I'm very excited to play. This will be my first Splotter game I've owned. First Splotter game I've ever played, and I'm excited to crack it open and tell you all about it. But I would like to know from you if you did celebrate Christmas and you did receive some gifts, and some of those gifts were shaped like boxes, and when you opened them, there were board games inside. What board games did you get for Christmas? Leave me a comment in the fields below from wherever you're watching this video, and we'll talk. And if you want to talk in real time, come on the Discord server and we'll talk there. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a Happy New Year, and I'm looking forward to another fantastic year with all of you. Did you just watch that whole thing? Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.